For today's video, we have battles in Fantasy Cup. These battles were submitted by ChuckBaller6. Thank you for submitting them. He's got a team of Lucario, Galarian Weezing, and then he has a Berserker. Right here, he has a beautiful lead. He's going against a Ferrothorn, and his opponent actually decides to stay, and I'm actually surprised. He's going to go ahead and do the Blaze Kick. So he's running Blaze, and they let that go, bro. RIP to the Ferrothorn. I don't know if his opponent was maybe expecting a power-up punch. Maybe that's what it was. An easy match there for him. This next one is going to go up against an Azumarill, which I think might be a little bit tougher. So he actually, so he ends up switching, and his Berserker is running Trailblaze, which is really nice that he has access to that. So he has Trailblaze and then has a close combat. Most likely, if he ends up fighting a Registeel or something, gonna go ahead and shield his first one. And probably gonna, so it's gonna be the player up. So that should have been able to do a, okay, so it's just Steel. I don't know why in my mind I thought he was Dark and Steel. I don't use Berserker. So anyway, gets to the Trailblaze right here, and I think that was, they lets it go, and he gets the attack. He gets the attack buff. Most likely his opponent's gonna go ahead and shield. And if you guys haven't already, make sure to like the video and hit that subscribe button. His opponent does shield there and gets another attack buff. Now, does Trailblaze automatically just raise your attack each time you use it? I don't use the move often enough, so let me know in the comment section. And he is able to survive that. And now they're bringing the Skarmory. Can he make it to the move? Makes it to the move. I believe his opponent is shields down now, so this is gonna nuke. The Skarmory is just gonna take the life out of him. Boom. Oh, wow. He actually lives it, but is able to bring the Lucario and is able to get some farm there. And his opponent, okay, they still have one more shield there. They have one more shield. He's gonna need to, I know Lucario hits hard, but is the Blaze Kick enough? We'll go ahead and find out right now. Is the Blaze Kick enough to be able to take out the Azu from this range? And it isn't, but very close though. Brings in the Galarian Weezing. Might have been scared to take a move there on the Lucario. Probably didn't want to use a shield. And now his opponent reveals that there's a Reg in the back. There is probably most likely a 99%, I don't want to go that high, but 95% chance that every team is going to have Registeel. So if you guys are going to make a team, make sure you have something to be able to counter it. The great thing about this team, you got the Lucario, and then you got the Berserker. Everything in here is going to do heavy damage against it. Now, he did get that attack drop because of the overheat, so this next one isn't going to do as much damage. We'll go ahead and find out how much it's able to do. And wow, okay, so it still gets more than half, but now its attack has dropped insanely. So hopefully it's going to be enough to be able to reach it. But the Reggie does get to another move, so is it going to get taken out? You know this is going to be Zap Cannon. and he lives. It's like 1 HP in the dream. Is able to get overheat. Galarian Weezing pulling through 1 HP in the dream. Gets the overheat, and it's not enough just because of how much the attack's been dropped, but just brings in Lucario, gets that counter in, and that's a wrap. Moving on to the next match, you got Lucario against Berserker. This is an amazing lead. Most likely they're gonna swap out right away, and they do. They bring in the Azu, and he's gonna go ahead and bring the Berserker because he does have Trailblaze, so it's gonna make the match, pretty even here. So the Azumarill is gonna get to a. That might have been a play rough. It might have been a play rough. We'll go ahead and, okay, so it's a play rough. And I know the moveset, a lot of what I've been seeing is play rough and Ice Beam. But I'm actually starting to see a lot of people starting to do Hydro Pump now. So you just got to be aware of that. Maybe that's why he's shielded there. And he's going to go ahead. Looks like the opponent, who's going to reach a move first. He gets to the Trailblaze, and this is actually CMP. So this is actually huge. And I think his opponent's most likely going to go ahead and shield just because of the CMP. And yep, goes and shields there. I think he wants him to use another shield. And at this point, he's like, you know what? I don't need a shield. He's going to go ahead and take this move. Let's see what it ends up being. And it's a play rough. And that does a decent amount of damage. Can he Shadow Cloud down? Oh, he's not able to. Man, Azu is just too much of a beast. He's going to go ahead and bring the Galarian Weezing. Gets like 2 fair winds off. Gets 2 fair winds off there. And now what his opponent is, what is he going to swap into? Into his own Berserker. Okay, I forgot that's what he had in the lead. And I wonder if he's going to bait the play rough. Doesn't. Go straight for the nuke. Straight for the nuke. Let's see if his opponent doesn't shield here. It's gonna be GG's. And okay, so they do shield there, and now look at that. He almost goes for the combo play. Almost goes for the combo play. Does the blaze kick. Now, this is still gonna do a pretty good amount of damage because Mawile is a steel type. So this actually, yeah, that's gonna take it out of existence, and they're not gonna be able to reach another move. But they did do a lot of damage to Lucario because it was running Fire Fang, and now he's gonna get to another blaze kick, and this is just gonna take out the Berserker. No more. Takes it out, and that's a wrap right there. Beautiful, very well played match there. And now he's gonna go ahead and moving on to the next match. I think this is gonna be third match now. We got Lucario going up against Weezing, and you do have to be careful for those overheats. So let's see how he's gonna end up doing this. I wonder who reaches the move first. Most likely Lucario. He gets to the blaze kick. I don't know if that was CMP or not, but gets to the blaze kick, and let's see how much. Let's see if his opponent ends up shielding this. And okay, so they don't end up shielding that. Don't really have to. I mean, Galarian Weezing seems like it's pretty good in defense. Now he is gonna have to shield this in case it's gonna be the overheat, and it ends up being a sludge. It ends up being a sludge. Very unfortunate there. I wonder if he's gonna try to catch. And I wonder. Okay, he decides not to shield here. Very gutsy play. Let's see. Hopefully it's not the overheat, and it ends up being a sludge. Great call there. Doesn't have to use another shield. He's gonna go ahead and get some. He's gonna go ahead and get a lot of energy right there before throwing the blaze kick. Throws the blaze kick right now, and from this range, it would take out the Galarian Weezing. They don't shield, which I'm very surprised. You definitely want to win. For the most part, win alignment, win switch. In this cup, but anyway, his opponent decided it wasn't necessary. He brings out a Lucario, and he's gonna go ahead and respond with the Galarian Weezing. He's gonna go. He doesn't shield this. I wonder if it's gonna be a Shadow Ball. I wasn't counting. Is it gonna be a Shadow Ball? It ends up being a blaze kick. Okay, and I think if he does play rough, that should be okay. Gonna go for the overheat, but unfortunately isn't able to throw it fast enough. But it happens. It's okay. He's gonna go ahead and use a shield here. Has to use a shield, and now he has, I think, almost a back-to-back overheat. So at least he's gonna have an overheat saved for whatever is in the back. So things are looking really good. And his opponent decides, you know what? He doesn't need shields. He ends up deciding to use 2 shields on his Alolan Ninetales. And he's going to go ahead and get that first shield right here. Because at this point, the opponent has to start shielding. And now he's going to swap in his Berserker. And his Berserker is going to go ahead and just wall this Alolan Ninetales. It's going to be able to resist these Weather Balls. And let's see. Yep, it's going to be a Weather Ball. And he's going to go ahead and let's see if he does close combat or Trailblaze. Regardless, his opponent is going to have to shield here. He's going to go ahead. No more shields. Shields are down. So all these Weather Balls are going to start coming in. And looks like he's trying to get a lot of energy before he throws. Now he has the back-to-back close combat. So he's going to get the first shield. I like this move. So going to get the last shield. And then it's going to be able to throw that other close combat. And that should be a wrap. Yep. I think that was actually CMP right there. So I think that was CMP. And gonna go ahead and take out the Alolan Ninetales. And wow, okay. So I thought that was gonna be enough. But I guess not. Alolan Ninetales lives by like 2 HP. Gonna take out the Berserker at this point. But he still has the Galarian Weezing and has enough health where he can just fairy wind down. So pretty close match there at the end. Now moving on, I think this might be the last match. I believe it is. It's going to be a Lucario up against the Clefable. He swaps into his Berserker, and looks like his opponent is still willing to stay in here. And he's going to go ahead. Let's see. I don't think he's going to end up using a shield here. I think he resists most of the moves. This should just be so it's going to be a meter match. So it's not going to be very effective, but it looks like Berserker isn't might be a little bit glassy there because that did a lot of damage, although it was resisted. He's going to get to the Trailblaze right here. We're going to go ahead and find out if his opponent shields. They don't shield, but because they're running Fairy Wind, they're going to get to moves quicker. He's going to go ahead and shield here, and he might attempt to farm down, Shadow Claw down, maybe. We'll go ahead and find out right here. So, going to go ahead and, okay, decides to throw right here, and his opponent, will they use a shield here? More than likely no, since the Clefable's already in low health. Yep, they don't use a shield, but he's got the attack buff, but they bring in, and he's unfortunately unable to switch out they bring in the S-Cap, which is a huge core breaker for the team because it's going to do counters, big damage onto Lucario, and then has access to a Drill Run, which the Galarian Weezing doesn't want to see. So it's looking pretty scary on this one. He's going to go ahead and get to the Blaze Kick, and he looks like he's trying to counter down, which is a great strategy because now he's got a pretty good chance. You're going to bring in Azu. Bring in Azu. Unfortunately, they will resist this Blaze Kick, but he might be able to get to another. Oh, but they shield. They shield, so that might have been a bait there. He didn't want to use a Shadow Ball, but his opponent still has a shield on him. Gonna go ahead and do this Play Rough. You're gonna hope that this Azu doesn't have Hydro Pump, because if it does, then okay, uses his last shield. Gonna have to use these shields, and now they're even. No shields. Shields are down, but the Azu has so much energy, and they reveal that they actually have Hydro Pump, which I don't think the Galarian Weezing is going to be able to get to another move, and the Lucario might get to Shadow Ball, but no, it just is not able to get it. But it's a strong team. Chokeballer gets a 4-1. Very good set there. Thank you for submitting these battles. I hope you guys enjoyed the battles. And again, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.